Welcome back. This is not a food review video. I know that's probably the bulk of what people tune in to see. My low budget, 20 views per video average reviews. But today we are talking about another personal interest, and that is bicycles. I have been riding for probably off and on. I'm not like one of those Lycra spandex wearing guys with the little outfits and sponsors. I'm not that good. I ride on occasion, but I've been riding probably, I got my first real good road bike in 2009 or 10. It was a Mossy single speed fixed gear with the flip-flop hub, and I paid $600 for it at Orange Cyclery in Orange, California. My buddy Jonathan got me into fixed gears. Couldn't hack it with the fixed gears, so I rode on the coaster side. Then after that, I rode a Bianchi road bike, 80s. Paid way too much for it. I paid over $600 for that. Sold it at a loss for like $300. And since 2015, I have been riding a specialized touring bike called the Crossroads 1995 model year. It is a 12-speed, and I got that at a thrift shop for $50 in 2015. So my wife wanted a bike for Christmas, and I was not going to pay retail because I'm just cheap. Always buy used, especially bikes and things like that. And I hit up the Facebooks, the marketplace, and only a couple of miles away in a newer housing development where I live, someone had two separate ads. It was the same person, but there was an ad for a men's specialized bike and a women's, and they were the same brand, and I knew it was the same person, so it was obvious they got like his and hers bikes at the time. I went over there to buy the women's bike, and it was $150. It was originally $250. They dropped the price down, and I said, okay, I'll pay $150. It was like brand new. It was a older couple. They didn't really seem like they were riders. Hi, Murray. This is Murray. You're hogging this camera, Murray. Anyway. Thank you. So I picked up that bike for $150. And the lady's like, why don't you take the man's bike for $100? Just take them both. And I said, no, I'll think about it. So I went home, and then I went online to the Googles, and I looked up the model. And I found this LA Times article, 2010, July 26th, and it was kind of like bike reviews by Roy Wallach. Don't know if he's still with the paper or not, but he had a little article about this particular bike. And he starts that he rides the Newport Beach Upper Back Bay 10.5 mile loop. And he does his bike reviews, and I'm just going to tell you what I learned. So the bike that I picked up, it's called the Specialized BG Roulux, Roulux 2, and I'm going to read to you exactly what he wrote. The brainchild of ergonomics guru Roger Minkow, inventor of the much-copied anti-impotent seat, this radical fusion of performance and comfort features unique handlebars, mirrors, and suspension frame design for all-day riding. Mine does not have mirrors, but it has the old-school style handlebars that you'll see later on. Fast, fun, and remarkably comfy. This is his pros. The tall stem S-shaped swept-back bars and ergo grips, which my other Specialized has ergo grips. They put your back at a semi-erect 70 to 75 degree angle. 45 degrees or less is typical on road bikes. And your hands at a turned out angle that does not hyperextend the wrist. The result is good power, no numb hands, surprisingly good leverage for out of the saddle climbing. It also has shock absorbers, which I'd never seen a setup like this before. I guess that's more for like a mountain bike style, but it's not as intense. It has shock absorbers under the head tube and the seat post. Ingenious pivoting 4x1 inch rearview mirrors on the down tube. I do not have those. Aero rims, 25mm tires, 20-speed Shimano 105 group with trigger shifters, complete with good performance package, weighs 23 pounds and medium size. It is 100% aluminum frame. It is very lightweight. Their dislikes: no seat stay rack mounts, limiting the bike's usefulness as a commuter. The slight bobbing of the suspension means wasted energy as well as comfort. Trade-off for serious riders who may not want this. No granny gear in the top end. 1800 MSRP, lower end model 1350. So then I relayed the serial number as well as pictures of the bike to Specialized contacts, technical contacts. Within a week, less than a week, it was just a couple of days, they responded to my email. Thanks for sending over the pictures. Your bike looks to be a 2011 model year Roulux BD2. This bike MSRP'd for $1,400 new. Sincerely, Jamie, Specialized US Rider Care. $100. I don't really know a lot about bike depreciation compared to car depreciation. $1,400 new, $1,800 new for the top end model. $100. They were practically giving it away. So I paid $250 for the pair of men and women's. It was just too good of a deal. They look to have hardly been ridden. They still have the original Specialized tires on there. There's a few nicks and scratches from hanging in a garage. Tires were flat when I got it. Pumped them up. They held there. They're still holding air. I have yet to ride it. I am used to a roll style shifter with numbers so I can see which gear I'm in. This is like a thumb trigger and it does not have an indicator from what I could tell. I've just ridden it up and down the driveway, and it is so much smoother than my 1995 model year Specialized cross roads. So we'll go out now and we'll give you the expose on the new purchase. Bear with me as I stop the camera. You ruined my video, Murray. You got right in the way. You clearly do not care. So here it is outside of my disgusting beat up 1970s roll-up garage door. This is the men's. See what I mean? Still original tires. This is that elusive seat that's supposed to help a guy's boys not get damaged. The body geometry handles. These thumb shifters, which just have a meter, but I like actual numbers because I'm an idiot. It's even got a OEM bell. It's got the Shimano setup. 2011 model year. Tigra? I don't know. So this is the men's bike. There's those shocks that it was talking about in the article. So it's got the ones there. And then the rear one there, which he said was not great. I don't know. So that's it. $100. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. Interested to know if anybody else has this bike out there, if you feel like that was a good deal. Again, I do not know how bikes depreciate compared to cars. I came from the auto industry, so perhaps $100 for an 11-year-old bike compared to $1,400 new is normal. I have no idea. Maybe this just wasn't a popular model. These people didn't really seem to know what they have. I do not like these cheap plastic pedals. They are original, but I'll bring out my old Crossroads and give you a little dive into that one too, so you can see how I had that set up. I added some stuff to that one. This is the women's bike that I originally picked up for my wife as an early Christmas gift. This one I paid $150 for. They kind of just had me take the pair for $250, but this is it. It's silver with like a purple writing. Same model as the other one. It's got a few scuffs. The lady said that her nephew worked there and had them paint this a color just specifically for them, and that there's not other ones in this color. Something that I am noticing is the frame is a flat finish, and then here it's glossy. Very odd. Just right here though, everything else is flat. You can see the pivot there, and then it's got the suspension thing there. The seat is definitely different than the men's. It's got the similar body geometry grips, but it's just a different color. Cane Creek, I don't know. And sorry for the terrible camera work. So this is the women's. Same gear setup, Shimano. It's cheap plastic pedals. I like metal pedals. So that's the women's, and I'll compare it to my 1995 model year Crossroads, which I actually think is a women's bike. I had to raise the seat, or it's just a very small men's frame. I'm not sure. We'll get to that next. This bike that I'm about to show you now is my daily. When I did ride daily, this was my daily cruiser. This is my 1995 Crossroads Cruise by Specialized. When I got this, it had gum wall tires, and the bike shop only had Giant brand in stock, so unfortunately it doesn't have Specialized tires on it. Direct drive. This had a plastic housing on it that's since disintegrated. I added the ancient Brook seat that I got off of another bike from a thrift shop. B17, I believe. Shimano SIS. Saki crank. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing any of that right. Designed in California, made in Taiwan, which seems to be where all the bikes are made. Soon to be part of communist China, unfortunately. So that's it. I believe it's a small size frame. There's barely any post left. It's like all the way up to fit my size. But this is what it's got the same kind of ergonomic handles. I like this style of a shifter, and it tells me what gear I'm in. So, yeah. This has been my bike for 6 years now. I've put a lot of miles on it. And I keep it garage. Oh, I paid $50 for the bike. I had bought I had a Peugeot road bike that I bought, and I ended up flipping that, but keeping that Brook seat. So one could say that I spent, well, actually, I don't even know if this is a Brooks seat. It might just be some other European brand, because the Brooks has a badge that they put right there. I put these pedal cages. There's a place called, I don't even know. It was a bike shop in Brea, California that I used to go to on Randolph and Imperial Highway. I had them put these on here. I like the cages. So, and these are metal. I think I spent more for them to put these on, and they had to repack the front here. But anyway, enough bike talk. This video is not exciting to a lot of people unless you're into bikes. Mostly did it for my friend Jonathan so he can see. And yeah, there you go. Maybe it's interesting to somebody if they have the same bike and they're looking for information on it. We'll see you next time.